Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Shifting Tones, a podcast with nerdy tones and shifting topics. I am your host, Sam, and I am joined by my two wonderful, amazing co-hosts, Dee
Hello.
and Steph.
Hello, hello.
Hey, guys, welcome back. We had another Shifting Tones meetup this weekend,
Woohoo! We sure did.
and it was a great time. Thank you, Steph, for hosting.
It was super
Yes,
fun.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming
Yeah.
down.
Yeah, we had a great time. Finally got to play Wingspan. That was great.
Mhm.
I'm not going to get into too much of the weekend. I'll let you guys have that as part of your small talk if you'd like. I've got notes, not about the weekend, but just in general that I've been like holding on to because it actually has been 2 weeks since we recorded, but don't tell the audience. So D, kick us off. Go.
Okay, well, I guess let me just pick part of the weekends and just talk about how sore my legs are from walking around that really, really big museum.
Yeah,
It was
no
really
kidding.
fun, but I don't even know how many hours we spent there, but man, my hip was hurting by the end of walking on the concrete, I think is what it was. I mean, it was really great. It was really fun. Got to learn a lot. I know we had some people with us who really love history, so I'm quite confident they really enjoyed themselves. Um,
Oh yeah.
but yeah, so a lot of fun things. It was kind of nice just walking around and learning and hanging out. It's been a minute since I've been to a museum, to be honest, so it was nice. It makes me kind of want to go back to like an art museum or something.
Yeah,
I
there's a
haven't
lot of great art museums in the state that you can go to at any time for free sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't been to an art
Mm-hmm.
museum in so long, but I love going to museums. It's just so nice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. It's part of a nerdy thing. Maybe we can do a topic on museums someday.
Ooh,
Yeah, because
that's a good idea.
I definitely have in the past spent from open to close at one time when I was in Chicago at the Chicago Art Museum. And that was the second time I had gone there. And I think
The
I
Chi-
still went the next year after.
Is this the Chicago Art Museum, not the
Mhm.
Field Museum, right?
No, but I have been to the Field Museum a bunch because my husband loves the Field Museum. He loves history
Yeah.
museums of all sorts, and I prefer like the science-y. Like if we're speaking Chicago, because I've been there with my family and Andy a few times, but the Museum of Science and Industry is really
Yes.
fun. That's one of my favorites, and I love the Chicago Art Museum. And then Andy just really loves the Field Museum. That's what he did for his bachelor party.
Yeah, we had a
So
great time there.
yeah. So, yeah, but it's been a minute. I love museums. I love learning. So maybe
The
I'll need
Field
to go to
Museum,
someone soon, sometime soon.
the Field Museum in Chicago is so massive that we were there for Andy's bachelor party for probably like 5 or 6 hours, and probably didn't even see half of it.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Yeah.
insane, but it was a good time.
I think we spent
Yeah.
like 4 hours in the museum over the weekend.
That
Around
sounds
that.
about right.
4 or 5, yeah, I think so. I mean, we took a small break to have a snack, but other
It
than
was
that, I
still
mean, it was just
warm.
constantly walking and doing stuff. I think saw my watch 15,000 steps roughly.
Mm-hmm. I think that's
So,
about right.
yeah,
All in the day's work.
all in a day's work. And I'm gonna just a little bit onto Dee's talk is she forgot to mention we went to a mall afterwards and went to a arcade, and D was super successful at the arcade and won a keychain.
Don't bully me.
I'm not bullying you. The claw machines bullied
I
you.
love claw machines, and the first time I went there, I did so good and had like a big armload of like plushies and toys. And this time around, it just the claw machine gods were not looking favorably upon me because I got one keychain, but it was the one I wanted the most out of all the little things. The little things.
So you win
Um,
some, you lose some.
and some you lose some, and then Andy bought me some blind boxes as pity.
Pity.
Out of pity that I didn't win anything. So I do have some of those. So, but I like claw machines. Whether you win a bunch or not, I still have fun.
I gave
Yeah,
you
I
one of
mean,
my prizes.
Yeah, yeah.
the claw
Which
machines are just like the casino. You never know if you're gonna hit big or not. But you got to keep trying. That's the best part about the casino. You just keep going and trying, and you'll win eventually.
it's like me at this claw machine.
That's
They're
right.
just
No, we
fun
don't
to
endorse
play.
gambling.
They're just so fun.
They are.
Yeah. All right, Steph, hit us with it.
Okay, well, as most of our listeners have figured out, we all met up. I invited everybody. We hosted the Friends and the Shifting Tones meetup, if you will, because we were kind of tired of driving up ourselves, and no one's come to our house lately. So we were like, let's just have it here. But it all worked out.
The difference.
Mhm.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. But the difference is, if I could just like show up at your guys' house like unannounced and just be like, hey, I'm coming over to like hang out, that would be awesome. But that's a commitment.
It is,
The
because
problem is we live so far away from each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
Some
is
closer than
painful.
others, but still not very close.
no,
No.
it is what it is. So it's just that's the meetup of the summer here at Shea Stephanie. So that's fine.
I thought you were gonna say Chez Francois.
French house.
Yeah, I don't know. It just sounds fun, Chez Francois. Or how do you say it in
Anywho.
Polish, Steph?
I haven't learned that yet in my classes. I was going to say that's the other thing I've been working on is other than just the meetup, and that was super fun. I'm glad y'all came down. It's I've been having, even though I'm off for the summer, I'm not working currently. Like I've set up a pretty good weekly structure to my weeks, and I really have been enjoying going to the library. I go twice a week for 2 different events. And then
Nice.
twice a week, I also attend a Polish language learning class on Zoom, which has been so nice just to like activate that, learning part of your brain, but it's like something you actually want to learn. And it just feels challenging. And it's so nice to like have that because I feel like not a lot of adults kind of continue education in a way. And it's just so refreshing.
Oh yeah, it's got to be nice to get in the groove of things, but also like have stuff that's like yours and just getting out and doing new things and learning new things, and especially as we just said, we're not living that close to each other, and so you got to get out and try to socialize in some way,
Mm-hmm.
to keep your brain functioning.
Gotta get that human interaction,
Exactly.
right.
And then
somehow.
I guess the last thing is that I finished my wedding scrapbook. I think I mentioned it on the podcast that I started that. So I finished that
Yes.
project, which is super fun.
Super fun. And are Dee or I in that scrapbook at all?
Yeah, I showed it to you guys
Yeah,
when you were
I know, I'm just joking.
here.
Okay. Anything else, Steph?
No, I believe that's it.
Cool,
Your
cool.
turn,
All right.
host.
Host. Boy. All right. Do you guys want me to hit you with the controversial corner first or some fun facts first?
Let's get the controversial corner out of the way.
All right, controversial corner. I'm just gonna kind of blow through these. I got a couple. So let's go for it. Number 1, two-handed bowling is lame, and I think if you have to bowl two-handed, you're not actually good at bowling.
Now, where did
Well-
that come from?
So I watched the bowling documentary on I think it's on Prime or HBO, and it's about like the bowling championship in the United States. And apparently the newest, like most popular technique is two-handed bowling. And I was doing that when I was a kid for fun, just to know that, show that I could curve the ball. But like traditional bowling is always just like put your 3 fingers in the holes and you roll it down the lane and try to curve it naturally with the way the ball is made and the lanes and the oil and everything. And there's not much skill in using 2 hands.
Is that what you were doing the last time we went bowling? I could have sworn I have visuals of you holding the ball in 2 hands and just like whipping it down the lane.
No,
Was that-
so that was one-handed, which is actually very, very similar technique. So like if I'm bowling with friends and I'm just being a goofball, yeah, I'll do that because it's silly to take a 6-pound ball and curve it as hard as you can down the lane.
Well, when you said 2-hand bowling, I literally imagined like me as a child, like putting the bowling ball between my feet and just like both hands pushing it down
no,
lane?
so what they're doing is they'll either use no fingers or maybe just the top 2 fingers and like no thumb hole. And there will be one hand underneath where the holes are, and then one hand on top, and you bring it all back in both hands, and then you just chuck it forward and like curve your hand over the ball, and it creates a natural curve, and it's like super easy to bowl that way.
All I'm imagining, because
then.
I've never seen this, is like is it like you position both hands to one side, like a Dragon Ball
Yes.
character, and
Yep.
like Kamehameha it? Like,
Yeah, except for underhand
Amazing.
Kamehameha, like softball pitch Kamehameha.
okay, well, yes,
Yeah.
but like that's the visual I'm having right now.
Yeah. All right, number 2, babies need more television. I'm not elaborating.
Absolutely
Number
not.
Oh my
number
God.
3,
No Coco Melon.
resume layouts shouldn't matter. I
I-
think. Oh, no,
that is
yeah, you know what,
that
Dee, I'll
is
let you hit this.
That is
yeah.
a controversial corner. That is a controversial corner. Have you ever been in a position where you had to review resumes and do interviews?
No, not professionally.
Not qualified.
For friends and family. For friends and family, yes, but not professionally.
In my job, I have had to review resumes and do interviews with, like, my boss and me doing an interview for someone interviewing for a position with us. And let me tell you, you can learn a lot from how someone makes a resume. I'm not saying it needs to be super fancy, but the amount of times where it's literally just a page of bullet points.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah.
I
I agree to that point. I guess I'm more saying, like, I've seen a lot of people online, like professional resume critiques and like people that are like in HR and stuff. They're like, I don't like when people put their education at the top, or some people like, I prefer it. I don't need your name, address, and stuff on the side. I want it on the top. Well, I want it on the side. Well, I want it like this. I don't want it like that. And I'm like, it really should. There should just be one format for resumes that everybody uses, and it should be the same across the board, and it shouldn't matter.
It's called the Indeed resume, generated resume.
I mean, I've been using the same format since I was like 15 and applied to work at a baseball field, and I've just grown upon that same format, but it's the exact same one I've used, and I do for other people, and everyone gets hired.
Well, I guess I would say it doesn't really matter too much if what you have in the resume is great. If it's not great, formatting can make you look a heck of a lot better.
Yeah. No, I totally get that.
You know.
Okay, so that's what I have for my controversial corner. Real quick fun fact. Do you guys know what a smoot is?
Absolutely not.
I'm afraid.
If you go to Google Earth and you were to take a measurement of distance, you have your foot, meter, mile, cubic foot, all that stuff. One of the options is a smoot. A smoot is a unit of measurement originating from around 1958. There's a fraternity at MIT that was tasked with measuring a bridge, I think for one of their classes or something like that. And they had to either redesign it or figure out a fun way to measure it. I don't know what the exact like story there is, but they decided to take their shortest pledge of the fraternity and use him to measure the bridge. And so they found out that the bridge was like, 42 smoots because the person's name was Oliver Smoot and he was 5'7". So if you go on Google Earth and you want to measure something that's 5'7" or use quantities of 5'7", you can use smoots.
That's just so out there.
Very
Like,
random.
Yeah.
It's weird that it's on Google Earth.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
This dude have connections to Google to get in there?
I mean, he graduated
Wait,
from like
when was this
MIT
then?
and is like a statistician, I think, or something. It was in 1958. I think he's still alive. His name is Oliver Smoot. I remember like reading about him, and he had some sort of like what looked like qualifications for working at Google.
Yeah, but how was his resume laid out?
No,
Yeah.
but what format was his resume in?
Is he bowl two-handed? He probably watched a lot of TV as a baby. That's what I would guess.
Definitely. Definitely.
So yeah, hopefully I get a unit of measurement named after me one day. I can use the other stuff in a future episode. I'll just cut it there.
Okay.
But you know what? What's great about geography and what's great about measurements is it's magical. In every sense of the word. In the sense that today's topic is magic, baby!
Ooh. What kind of
Insert
magic, though?
audio of boo 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 boo. Magic in the sense of illusion magic, not Magic the Gathering, not magic. There's probably a book series called Magic.
Dark magic.
Dark magic.
Practical magic.
Practical magic. Oh yeah. Oh, the list goes on and on. But no, today we're gonna just be talking about the classic, performing art magic. So
Yeah.
first and foremost, do you guys enjoy watching people perform magic?
I can't say it's my cup of tea. Maybe every once in a while. I don't think I could do it in person.
Oh, like you don't think you could go see a magician in person?
No. No.
Out of
That's
secondhand
just
embarrassment or just bored?
both. In a way, it's like, okay, cool, but I don't want to sit here for like an hour and a half, 2 hours watching this. Like, I feel like I
What if,
see 3 tricks. I'm good. That was great. Awesome.
what if you got called up on stage and you're part of the show?
Yikes. That's like,
Yikes-a-roni.
That'd be a no from me, dog.
I'd probably participate, but I'd be like, oh my god, are we done?
That's fair. What about you, Dee?
I remember as a kid, I definitely got one of those like become a magician kits with like the hat and a quote unquote magic wand.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It's cute.
I had one of those, and I have always loved the idea of magic in general. A lot of my favorite shows involve like mystical versions of magic, and so I guess I've always kind of been interested in how people make things seem magical,
Yeah.
in real life. I know some of my friends were really into watching, oh, what was his name on like YouTube videos? David Blaine?
David Blaine,
Mhm.
Chris
David
Angel,
Blaine,
yeah.
Chris Angel, those ones. So I've seen a bunch. I don't think I'd want to like just go to a magician's show, but if I went to some party and someone decided to hire a magician, I feel like I'd let them do some card tricks and things, and depending on how many drinks I've had, it would be very entertaining.
I think there was a part where Larissa and I were very close to hiring a magician for our wedding for the
That's
reception.
crazy.
I saw
Well,
a post about someone doing that for a bachelorette party. Instead of hiring the stereotypical things, they hired a magician, and all these drunk girls are like screaming at the top of their lungs when they do a trick.
Love
Um,
that. My cousin, she got married. I was down in Florida and got married at the Tampa Theater and had a drag queen perform their wedding for them, and
ah.
then had a magician for the kids that were there. So that was really cool to see. But yeah, I've always been very interested in magic. I think I was always interested in it as a young kid. My grandpa would do like little card tricks for me and little coin tricks, and I think that was probably where it started. Watching him do that stuff, and then watching it on TV. There was always the masked magician. I don't know if you guys ever saw that guy. He's wearing
No.
like just a mask where like
Maybe?
only his eyes are like peeking through, and it's like black with like these gray stripes on it, and he's in all black, and he shows you these like crazy magic tricks, but then shows you how they're done afterwards. And I think that was
Mm-hmm.
one of my favorite parts about magic. Not like the awe and magic of it all, like not knowing, is like I wanted to know how it was done. And I don't know if that was because I also wanted to practice it, or I just was like, wow, it's magic in the sense that they have to do all of these things, and all these things have to go right for it
Oh
to
yeah.
be successful, because there's been very unsuccessful magicians in the past that have probably ruined tricks.
So you like just the explanation, how it's done.
Not just the explanation. I think I
Oh,
like it overall as a craft, knowing
okay.
that there is a way to do it and it's not literal magic.
I feel like the sleight of hand tricks that they do, those I find more impressive than I'd say, I guess, just card tricks, like the normal card tricks.
When you say
Because,
sleight of hand, do you mean like
well,
making
like,
things disappear and appear kind of thing, or
yeah, or just, I've seen a lot of like how you said videos on they show you a trick and then they show you how they do it, and even I guess some of the card tricks where they make the card appear in different places, or they the coins, there's like things with like balls and cups and things like
yeah, oh yeah,
that's
yeah,
pretty fun because you have to be I just find it's kind of like you have to be so dedicated and have to practice so much to be good at it. So when someone's really good at sleight of hand, I'm like, oh yeah, you have this down, you know. Or the
absolutely.
pickpockets where people like take, is this your wallet?
Oh yeah, like they'll be performing a whole trick for him, and the whole time they're taking their watch, they're taking their
Yeah,
their
and they're like,
tie off.
oh, where's your wallet? And they're like, no, I have my wallet right here. It's like, oh, well, I do have your watch though, and it's like they took it off his wrist. Those ones.
Yes, and so yeah, there's tons of different techniques. There's sleight of hand, misdirection, illusions, hidden compartments. There's the stuff where they're cutting people in half. A
Reading
lot of prop
minds.
stuff, reading minds, and I think that's
Mhm.
one of my absolute favorites is mentalism. And I'm not like a big hypnosis guy. I don't know if that's real or not. Probably not. It's all subjective. Or
my my
what was
after prom, my senior year, they hired a hypnotist
That's
to
awesome.
oh,
perform. It's pretty
did it work?
fun. Um, Supposedly it did.
You didn't do it?
Um, I actually did. It was like they selected a bunch of different of us and sat us in chairs, like 12 of us, I think.
Okay.
And the guy said that some people are more susceptible than others. So if you didn't fall into the trick or whatever, if you didn't do it, then you could get up and like go back.
Yeah.
So I watched the first round of it and then participated in the second round, but I wasn't, I guess, hypnotized for very long. Like they
Right.
did this trick where they had you take off your shoe and call someone you love.
This was just a foot guy.
And I looked at my shoe and was like, why do I have my shoe in my hand? And was like, oh yeah,
Oh,
no. And
that's
I just
interesting.
got
So you
up.
didn't know why you had your shoe in your hand at all.
Well, I did, but it was like the absurdity of it kind of like brought me out of it,
Like
I guess.
reality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I still don't really know if I was just like I don't know, group
Going
hysteria
along with it. Yeah.
going along with it. I mean, I was 17. I do remember they the first round a girl had been like, "Oh, I'm not impacted by it." And so she got up and sat back down in the crowd, and then he did like a thing where he like snapped his fingers and you would fall asleep or close your eyes, and she just like slumped over when he snapped his fingers.
Oh, okay.
So someone in the crowd had to be like, get her back into the chair. And then he supposedly hypnotized people to laugh hysterically, where if someone said a specific word, it would look like you had an elephant trunk, which would make them laugh a lot. Um,
Okay.
Interesting.
but yeah, it was fun back then. Like I don't think I would find it as entertaining nowadays, but as a
Right.
teen, at 2 a.m., pretty entertaining.
That was very entertaining. That's what I was thinking, like illusionists specifically, or mentalists specifically. There's quite a few of them that I'll see every once in a while, like online. But I really like seeing, and I don't know him in general, like how he is as a person, but Oz Perlman. I've seen him on like TikTok and Facebook a few different times. I think he was on America's Got Talent, and he's the type of guy that will be like, okay, I want you guys, like the four of you, to pick a random number, like 1 through 50, and just write it down. Don't tell me what it is. And then he'll write down each of those numbers on a piece of paper. And then he'll be like, okay, I want you to take a book and you to take a book. And you flip to any page you want, and you flip to any page you want, like two random books. And then you tell me the top word on the book, and you tell me the last word in the book on your page. And it's like the same word. Like they both have the same word on their page. And then when you combine all those numbers that he wrote down and you flip it over, it's the word written out. And I'm like, I don't know how that's done. The only explanation I could possibly think of is that everybody's in on it and they sign an NDA or something. Because otherwise, it makes no sense that if you were to given two
Where every
people
page of the book
books,
is exactly the same.
yeah, but they were told like, hey, look through it, like take your time, like find a page you like, find a word you like, and they would go through, and it'd be like a weird word. Like if the book was the same word all the way through, easy as pie, But also picking those random numbers and making it spell a word when you flip it upside down, that's cool too,
Isn't there
So yeah, I've
something?
watched.
Oh, go ahead.
No, you're good. You're good.
Oh, I was just gonna say, isn't there something with them like for the mentalist people that they can just like read your facial expressions or like they read your body language and it can tell them what you're thinking or something?
Yeah, I think there's definitely different ways to do it. I think that's like cold readings or hot readings. I know there's two different types of readings. So there's definitely ways to read like emotions and like ticks. So people will be like, okay, I'm gonna guess your phone password. I need you to count like 1 through 10. Like don't like pause on your number at all. And when you get to your number, I'm just gonna be able to pick it up. And so they'll be like 1, 2, 3, 4, and he's like, okay, so your password is 4, and then 0, and whatever. He figures it out.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe reading it like that, and then there's misdirection and suggestion and all this stuff. The ones I find interesting are when other people are in on it, but the person they're entertaining isn't. So
Mm.
they get like information from their friends or something like that. Or this one I saw, this guy follow this guy around all day and kept playing a specific song for him and kept saying a word around him, or like having people say certain things to him with specific words on it. And so that when he went to go ask him to do a trick, he like hadn't seen this guy all day that he knew, and he was like, okay, why don't you give me a random animal that you're thinking of right now. And he's like, I've had an elephant in my mind all day. And then he flips it over and it's got an elephant on it. He's like, isn't that crazy? He's like, what's your
Like
favorite
conditioned
song?
into it.
Yes, he's like what's it called? Like brainwashed him essentially into here are
I'd be
the
so
things you're gonna
pissed.
pick.
I'd be so mad.
If you found out that that's what happened.
Yes. That pissed me off. Like, I'd be so mad.
Especially if your friends are in it and you're the only one who wasn't.
Exactly.
It's kind
I
of
think it'd be
making you the
funnier-
butt of the joke.
Yeah.
I think it'd be funny if they never told you. Like, and you just went on your whole life and you told this story to everybody. Like,
That's
oh my
probably
god,
the best case scenario.
Yeah.
you guys won't believe what happened to me on the street. This homeless guy read my mind. One of my absolute favorite TV shows involving magic is Fool, Penn and Teller. I think that's the name of it, or Try to Fool Penn and Teller. And Penn and Teller are two very famous, like Vegas style magicians, where Penn is the taller guy who's very like out there and like talks a lot and like very loud, and then Teller doesn't say a word. He doesn't talk. That's his like thing. He does in real life, but that's his
Shtick.
shtick. Yeah. And they're like a really great duo, and so they've been in magic for so long that they have this show like Try to Fool Us. And sometimes people go on there with tricks, and a lot of times it's just card tricks or very hands-on tricks, and sometimes they fool them and they're like, I have no idea how you did that. And then they're given the option if they want to reveal it or not, or sometimes they'll be very like coy with them, like, hey, did you do something like this or this, without giving away dropping hints that only a magician would figure out.
Is this an
And-
older show?
It was, so Allison Hannigan was the host of it. She was in Buffy and How I Met Your Mother. What's her name?
Yeah, she was Willow in Buffy.
Willow and Buffy, and what character in How I Met Your Mother? Lily,
Oh, Lily.
the redheaded girl. Yeah.
hmm
I've
And
just
then
never
I think
heard of this.
they switched shows. Yeah, it was like on like, I don't know, maybe True TV or TLC. It was on cable like back in the day. I don't know if it's still.
I've seen clips, but I've never actually watched the show.
Yeah, I mean, if you get a chance, there's some like really good episodes, even if you don't like magic, where it's like, oh, that's like really interesting just to watch and experience. Like, there's a guy who didn't have hands that was able to do sleight of hand magic and fool Penn and Teller. There was a guy who was blind that was able to do like really impressive, difficult card tricks and was able to fool them. So, my favorite magician as of right now is either Oz Perlman, because he's just like, the mentalist, and it's fun listening to like what he's got, going on and stuff. And then the other one, I had his name and I didn't want to mispronounce it, so I'm bringing it back up. Shin Lim. He's he's Canadian, and he was, I believe, on America's Got Talent as well, and he does a lot of like sleight of hand magic, but really slowly, so like it even looks more impressive. And he'll put like smoke tablets in his mouth, so he's like breathing smoke out while he's doing it. It's really cool.
That's I think that's the amount of magic stuff that I can take, and my only experience is America's Got Talent is like when they have what is it, like a 10-minute performance? Is that it?
Yes,
that they
yeah.
get? It's like what, 10-15 minutes? I don't even think it's that long.
If that, I think on TV it's like 3 to 5 minutes, but
yeah, it's like I feel like that's the amount of like magic I can watch, be impressed, and that's it. Like, I don't think I could sit through a whole show like the Vegas people, like you were saying.
yeah.
But I did always enjoy them on America's Got Talent. I think the most impressive one, I don't know if it's sleight of hand or I don't even know how it works, but it's like on that show, there's a lot of them that do this. It's like, hey, Howie, please sign this card. And it's like, here's a Sharpie. And he like signs it, live. And then it ends up
Yeah.
somewhere else. And I'm like, I don't know how that works.
I can do that. That's easy. I've practiced a lot
Easy.
of magic tricks. Yeah. So one of my favorite times, it was when I was like really getting into it. Maybe when I was in like beginning of college or like in high school, and I was practicing like a few card tricks over and over and over again. I was trying to perform for my family, and so one of the ones I did, I wanted to like pre-hide a card somewhere so that it like fooled them. Like, hey, I have a second card in the deck. I'm gonna make you choose this card essentially, and then I'm going to make it disappear, and it's going to appear somewhere on you. I can't remember how it happened. It felt like it was an accident, but I got it inside my brother's shoe without him knowing. And we performed the trick, and I was like, go through the deck, it's not there. And I was like, wait a minute, what's that under your foot? And he like took his foot out of the shoe, and the card was in there, and he was like, how'd you do that? Freaked out. And so that was always good. I used to also go to my mom's work as a kid and perform quote unquote magic tricks for money for them. I was like, hey guys, I'll show you a magic trick for $1. And like the
side hustle.
cute little kid. Oh yeah.
my gosh.
Cutest little kid, and I'd come up to him and be like, hey, you guys want to see a magic trick for like $1 or $1 or something like that? And they would always entertain me, and little kid. So who knows if I actually did anything impressive for them, but they always paid me. Sometimes I'd walk out of there with more money than the people that work there, I think.
One of my favorite Magic Sam memories is after or during college. At least I was still in college, or right
during
after.
college,
It was
yeah.
during.
It was during college. Because
I think I
it was
know
the
what you're talking about.
Yeah, because it was the first time my brother came to visit me at college and got to meet everyone. Literally the first time he'd ever met you, Sam.
Yep.
And we had gone to a few different bars, and we're at this one, and you had brought a deck of cards with you, and we're doing some different magic cards or tricks for everyone. And then all of a sudden, I just look down, and there's just a bunch of cards on the floor of this bar, and it's like bumping with music, and all these drunk guys start laughing, pick up a card, and turn to a girl and go, "Is this your card?" and I look over at you, and I'm like, "What happened?" And you're like, "I dropped them."
I do remember that because it was like very. I remember you were so excited. You had these cards. You had them. You had a button up tucked into your like front pocket, right? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
it was.
I must have had something. Yeah, like I don't think
Like
I
a
ever
polo
wore a
shirt or-
suit jacket out, but I think I had.
No,
No, but
I
like
think
a
I was
button
wearing
a
up.
shirt,
winter
a shirt
coat.
pocket. A shirt
Yeah,
pocket or
something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you had the cards like right there against your chest, and you would just like
Yep.
pull out the deck, and it's like, and we're all just drinking. Everyone's drinking at this bar, and then at one point, yeah, we got separated because Dee, I think you and I were together at one point,
Mhm.
and then like the boys got separated from us, and then yeah, as we were walking, we just started seeing the cards, and I specifically remember that it was all sticky because in bars
Yeah.
it's nasty and people
People
spill
drink
their drinks.
spilling everywhere.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so the cards were like sticking to people's shoes. It's like
So funny.
it was
I
really
remember-
funny.
remember
You were
laughing
so
hard I
devastated,
cried.
Sam. I remember that. You were so
I was
devastated.
devastated. I think because it was like my favorite deck of cards. Like I had it for a long time, and it
Oh,
was pretty worn
no.
out. And I was like, oh, I just take this with me wherever. If I can do something for fun, I will. And boom, I lost them right then and there. A mishap for the centuries.
What were you trying to achieve? I don't
don't
were you
know.
just trying
I wasn't
to
even
impress
talking to
us?
anybody.
Or like impress
Probably.
girls?
No, I was probably just pulling out a deck of cards just to have a deck of cards in my hand, honestly. I don't, because I was like, I wasn't talking to any girls. That I was too scared.
I
And-
also remember that.
Yeah. And oh yeah, side tangent for that story, because it was the same weekend. We went out to the bars. It was before I met Larissa, and it was the first time I was hanging out with Jacob. And Jacob was like, I'll be your wingman for the weekend. I got you. And there's this girl that came to the bar that we were at, and she was by herself, and she was like super punk, had a bunch of like patches and stuff all over her jacket, and like nose ring and tattoos and stuff like that. And Jacob was like, go talk to her, She's going to get a drink at the bar. And I was like, all right. So I go up to the bar and order drinks for us to come back to the table, and I completely froze. And I looked, and they had a TV on at the bar, and Lord of the Rings 2 was playing. Uh, and
Okay.
I just looked and said, uh, "Lord of the Rings, huh? Pretty cool." And she was like, "Oh yeah, I love Lord of the Rings. Like what's your favorite one?" And I was like, "See you later," and walked
Oh my
away
god.
because I didn't know what
I
to do.
remember that. Oh
Yeah.
gosh.
Yep. So that was that. Oh, one other very fun story I have involving magic cards is when we were in Disney World for band my sophomore year of high school. They used to have in downtown Disney, which is where all the shops and stuff is, a magic shop. And there was like this old man that was at a counter performing tricks for kids when they walked in and people and stuff like that. And he performed this one trick and I was really blown away. And I saw that you could buy the trick in this like 4-pack of cards. And it was like $120 or something like
Oh
that.
my.
And so me and 3 other guys all chipped in money so that we could split this thing. And I was like, okay, well, I get to pick the deck I want first because I'm the one that wanted it, and I actually paid a little bit more money than everybody else to get it. So I got the deck that he used, and then we all split up a deck, and everybody got a trick deck. The one I had it looked just like a regular old red bicycle deck of playing cards, except for there was about maybe 12, 15 cards glued together and hollowed out with a weight in the middle and a piece of sticky, like glue or tape and a string, and so that the
Hmm.
weight would slide up and down the string. And so the way it worked was you kept that on the bottom of the deck. You could even pretend to shuffle because those 15 cards are pretty thin; they'll stay together. And you have somebody pick a card, hopefully not one of those,
Mm-hmm.
and they take it, they show it, and I'm like, okay, put it here in the middle of the deck. And so at that point, I would split the deck and have the sticky part in one hand and the other deck in another. And I'd put the sticky part on top of their card and then pretend to shuffle again. And then what it did was you would take the deck and be like, I'm just going to set it up against the wall here or in this glass or something like that. And you flip it over and the weight would shift and the card would just shoot out. And I
Oh,
thought that was
that's
the
cool.
greatest trick ever. And I took it to
Huh.
high school all the time and impressed kids. And it got me far in life. I think I
Was
still
the-
own it somewhere.
Was magic like your equivalent of like small talk? Like in a way where it's like that's how you open up conversations with strangers. You just had these like when you were younger or like high school or just whenever you're just like, here's a trick. By the way, I'm saying or like I'm
No.
Sam. You want to see a magic trick?
No,
I
it
don't
wasn't
know.
it wasn't that big of a part of my personality actually. Like it
Okay.
was more of just I'd pick it up for like maybe a month or two at a time, get really into it, and then get into something else. I've always been that way. Like I go from like hobby to hobby. I've never had like this is my thing.
Okay.
I think. And I always wanted to have something that was my thing. Like my one brother collected a bunch of stuff. He collected Coca-Cola and Garfield and whatever else when he was a kid, and was really into certain very specific things. And my other oldest brother was very into astronomy and very into you know certain types of books and different things like that. And I was always jealous that they had like interests, and I was never into one very specific thing. And so I was like, well, maybe I'll get into this. Not to get into it for a few months and then be like, all right, I'll move on to something else and come back to it. That's kind of how I am still today. Like I like trying to learn a new magic trick here or there. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'm gonna learn it for this weekend, and then show our friends, and then I forget about it. Something else happens.
So it's just you
So
kind of pick it up here and there.
yeah, I
Pick
just
it
think
up,
it's fun.
drop it off.
Yeah, I think I like seeing people's like reactions. Like obviously there's stuff that's like, okay, yeah, we've seen that 100 times. Like I'm not impressed. But if I could learn something new, I'd be impressed. I always think that's fun. And then if I can teach it to someone to do, like I would do that with my brother. Like I'd show him a trick and then teach it to him, and he would try to show it to other people, or you know, just try to re-perform it. And so we always had fun with that. Um, yeah, a lot of me talking about it. Do you guys have any other things on magic? I felt like I just took over.
No, that's what happens sometimes when you're the host. You're so passionate about or nerdy, I should say, both about topics.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
get it. I've been there. I was
Yeah.
yapping everyone's heads off during Animal Crossing fun facts. So I get it.
I know. I hope you guys weren't bored by my magic topic.
No, I think it's
No.
fun to
Well,
talk
hold
about.
on. There was a pause there.
Oh.
What's going on?
Wow.
And Dee didn't even answer. You were like, no.
Hey. No, I'm having fun.
Thanks for lying to me, guys. I appreciate it. Makes me
No,
makes me
no.
feel good.
No.
It's just not a personal interest of mine.
I know. I mean, that's kind of how, not in a negative way, but that's how Animal Crossing was. Like, I've never played it. I never really was into it, but I liked hearing you talk about it because you were excited about it. And same
Exactly, and that's what this
with
is.
the books. Yeah. Well, hopefully the audience is into it too, because that is the end of the show. Thank you guys so much for listening. If you are into magic, if you have a favorite magic trick, if you have a favorite magician, let us know. If you're like Harry Houdini and you just like getting your ribs cracked for fun for for no reason, let us know. You can follow us on social media. We are back in the social media game. So by the time you're listening to this, Dee has taken over our social media accounts and is posting more frequently and trying to be more active and more engaging. So if you guys would be so kind to engage with her, she would probably love that.
Yeah.
You can follow us individually. You can follow me at Sir Captain Sam on Instagram. You can follow Steph at Spiffy Steffi on
Tumblr.
And you can follow Dee at
Definitively D.
Definitively Dee. I gotta remember. I'll have to rewrite that one down.
Yeah.
On
Instagram and Reddit.
And Reddit, yeah.
Flows off so much better.
That's right.
Yes.
And Shifting Tones Podcast on Reddit.
We have a subreddit.
We have a subreddit. You go subreddit us. What is that? Subscribe.
Go join the subreddit.
Join the subreddit.
Odd community subreddit. Oh my gosh.
Post your favorite memory. Post you doing a magic trick. I don't know. Whatever subreddit is. We have an Instagram, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are you doing anything else as of right now?
No, just mostly Reddit right now, and then I'm gonna start trying to figure out doing Instagram and Reddit. I know Steph is kind of doing the YouTube stuff, so we'll get there.
Yes, we'll
with
get
both
there.
of it,
and then obviously Patreon at some point. Wow, yeah, it's expensive to keep this thing going, so we need all the money we can get. Okay, next week, Steph will be hosting and she'll be talking about beetles. She loves beetles. Not the band, the bug. So stay tuned for that.
Bad. They're not.
Not
That's
bad.
not a bad bug.
It's
not a bad bug.
Could be worse bugs.
Could be worse bugs. A lot of bad bugs out there. All right, that's it. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.